All right. All right. So, all right. Welcome. Today, we're going to do something important. We're going to watch a video that perfectly encapsulates the ideological game being played on all of us. It's titled Biologist Explains Why Men Can Get Pregnant. And I also talked about this on a podcast that I just made. A biologist, a scientist, a person whose entire profession is supposed to be rooted in objective, observable reality. Let's not waste any time. We're going to play this clip and we are going to dissect the deliberate surgical deception they are using to override common sense. Let's watch.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Since you bring it up, why don't we just start there? Dr. Verma, I wasn't sure I understood your answer to Senator Moody a moment ago. Do you think that men can get pregnant?
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think, yeah, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
Again, the reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question is.
The goal is just to establish a biological reality. You just said a moment ago that science and evidence should control, not politics.
Absolutely.
So let's just test that proposition. Can men get pregnant?
I take care of people with many identities, but
Can men get pregnant?
I take care of many women that can get pregnant. I do take care of people that don't identify.
Okay, pause. 1 second in, she begins with the conclusion. No scientific preamble, no nuance, just a statement delivered as fact. This is not the beginning of an explanation. It is the beginning of an indoctrination. Notice the confidence. The goal is to state the absurd, The goal is to state the absurd. So matter of factly that you, the listener, immediately feel like you're the one who's crazy for questioning it. Let's continue.
Identify as women that
Can men get pregnant?
again, as I'm saying,
Let me just remind you what you testified to a moment ago. Science and evidence should control, not politics. So can men get pregnant? You're a doctor, I
agree.
think.
Science and evidence should guide medicine.
Do science and evidence?
There it is. The foundational trick. The linchpin of the entire operation. Before she can defend her conclusion, she has to change the dictionary. For the entirety of human civilization, your sex was your gender. It was a descriptor of a biological reality. But they can't win on that battlefield. So they have to create a new one. They insert this new category, gender, which they define as a social construct completely detached from the physical body. This is the Trojan horse. By getting you to accept this initial promise that sex and gender are different, they can put whatever they want inside it. Let's see what she puts inside.
Tell us that men can get pregnant, biological men. Can they get pregnant?
I also think yes no questions like this are a political tool. And
No, yes, no questions are about the truth, doctor. Let's not make a mockery of this proceeding. This is about science and evidence, and I'm asking you. You know, the United States Supreme Court just heard arguments yesterday at great length on this question.
Pause. Again. She is using circular reasoning. She is defining how to put it into words. She is defining the word man to include woman. It's a word game. She is not describing reality. She is describing the rules of her ideology. This person she's talking about has a uterus, ovaries, and XX chromosomes. In the language of science, the language a biologist is supposed to use, that person is a female, period. But that word female is now forbidden because it restores biological authority. So she has to perform this elaborate linguistic surgery to avoid saying it. Now, let's continue.
This is not a hypothetical question. This is not theoretical. It affects real people in their real lives. And you're here as an expert, called by the other side as an expert. And you've been telling us that you follow, right, you're a doctor, and you follow the science and the evidence. So I just want to know, based on the science, can men get pregnant? That's a yes or no question. It really is, I think.
I think you're trying to reduce the complexity of a lot.
I'm not. I'm trying to get, it's not complex. I'm trying to get to an answer, and I'm trying to test, frankly, your veracity as a medical professional and as a scientist. Can men get pregnant?
I think you're also conflating
This is
male
extraordinary.
female with.
No, I'm not conflating male and female. They're two different things. There's biological men and there's biological women. And I want to know, can men get pregnant?
What you were talking about is biological.
You're not going to answer my question, it sounds like to me.
Biological males.
This isn't hard, doctor. Can men get pregnant? Yes or no?
Again, I would be more than happy to have a conversation with you.
She said it. She actually said it. They have the body of a female so they can get pregnant.
That is not coming from a place of trying to be polarized and push.
I'm not trying to be polarizing. I'm trying to ask.
Thank you. Case closed. That's the whole segment. A person with the body of a female can get pregnant. We are in agreement. That person is called a woman. But do you see the sleight of hand? She says they have the body of a female, but just one sentence prior, she called that they a man. This is the core of the deception. It is saying a woman who I will now call a man can do something only a woman can do. It's an Orwellian parlor trick. It's not biology. It's a political catechism. So let's continue.
I think it is extraordinary that we are here in a hearing about science and about women. And for the record, it's women who get pregnant, not men. We are here about the safety of women and science that shows that this abortion drug causes adverse health events in 11% of cases. That's 22 times greater than the FDA label, another fact you haven't acknowledged. And yet you won't even acknowledge the basic reality that biological men don't get pregnant. There's a difference between biological men and biological women. I don't know how we can take you seriously and your claims to be a person of science if you won't level with this on this basic issue. I thought we were past all of this, frankly. I can't believe we're still here talking about this.
And here comes the fake concession to make her seem reasonable. Oh no, of course not. That kind of man, she introduces another made-up academic term, cisgender, to differentiate from the real people. This is a tactic. By admitting the most obvious fact on planet Earth, that a biological man can't get pregnant, she frames her previous radical statement as a nuanced expert opinion. She creates a false middle ground. Don't fall for it. There is no middle ground. There's biological reality, and there is the ideology that seeks to erase it. She is standing firmly in the second camp while pretending to have a foot in the first. Let's continue.
I am a person of science, and I'm also someone here who's here to represent the complex experiences of my patients, and I don't think polarized language or questions serve that goal. I don't think they serve the American people.
It is not polarizing to say that there is a scientific difference between men and women, and I want this to be clear and for the record. It is not polarizing to say that women are a biological reality and should be treated and protected as such. That is not polarizing, that is truth. It is also, by the way, the United States Constitution, which offers unique protections to women in a variety of circumstances as women. And your refusal to recognize women as women and men as men is deeply corrosive to science, to public trust, and yes, to constitutional protections for women as women. And I think it's extraordinary that you would sit here and advance a political agenda that has been thoroughly discredited and rejected by the American people in this forum.
This is not a scientific explanation. This is a political script. This biologist is not acting as a scientist. She is acting as an enforcer for an ideology. Her job is not to describe the world as it is, but to describe it as her ideology demands it to be. The goal isn't to educate you. It's to demoralize you. It's to make reality so confusing, so convoluted, that you just give up and accept definitions handed down by the experts. Do not accept them. A man is an adult human male. A woman is an adult human female. And only women can get pregnant. It is not complicated. It is not hateful. It is not the truth. It is not hateful. It's just the truth. And it is the foundation upon which any sane society must be built. Don't let them play games with your mind. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you believe in speaking plain, simple truth, hit that subscribe button. We're just getting started. Stay vigilant.
And I'm glad we had this exchange because it is exceptionally clarifying. It is also in many ways quite depressing. I see that my time has nearly expired. I just want to thank the other witnesses for being here. Thank you for protecting women and children. Thank you for your valiant efforts. Thank you for following the science. And thank you, Mr. Chairman, for this hearing.
Subscribe to One India and never miss an update.